big say. You'd expect him, as well as Pesar Berisha, to have some impact on this game this evening. But for Western United, they've got the lively Wenzel Hawks to deal with. Doing a pretty good job with this side, and I think it's an even game. A slight advantage maybe to Western United, given they're at home. Lachlan Wales gets a big chance leading the front line.
Last time these teams squared off, it was finals time at Bankwest last season. Western United won that 1-0 thanks to a Diamanti free kick and moved on to a grand final qualifier. Now it's time for their first meeting this season between Western United and the Brisbane Roar on a beautiful playing surface in ideal football conditions. And the crowd is right in the mood. That tends to happen when the crowd has to wait a little longer, have a sing-along, enjoy a few more beverages. There's a good vibe at Amy Park.
Well, that helps the singing, doesn't it? A few more beverages.
There's Champness taking on MI. And couldn't quite bend it back in. Ninth appearance for the Brisbane Roar for Joey Champness, yet to score for this club. And they're missing Scott McDonald still at the moment. Is he a player that they are missing significantly?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. If he's not their best player, he's certainly one of them, and you miss your best player, and it's going to have an impact. We saw Diamanti not playing against Sydney. Certainly, Sydney, I thought, had a pretty good performance, but Diamanti was a big loss to them. And certainly Scott McDonald has been in absence of, what, 3 weeks now?
Sanchez looking early, and too much on it for Parias to track down. Western United playing at one of their home grounds. They're yet to win at Amy Park. 2 losses and a draw in their 3 previous fixtures here. 2 losses coming against City and the draw against the Victory. Well, Brisbane don't have much of a record at this venue. Just 4 wins out of 25 previous visits. Saying they just need to be more clinical when the chances come along. Thinks they've still been playing good enough football to get the job done. Ryan taking on Champness, who dragged him back, and Ali Reza Fagani is coming across and saying, any more of that and you'll be in the book.
He's quite fortunate that happens very early in the game. Could quite easily have been a yellow card.
Brisbane's season ended by Western United last time around. Could be a bit of leftovers from that one. As this game unfolds, there were some crunching challenges in that final, you may remember. Led to some injury concerns for a couple of Western United players who aren't out there today. Josh Risdon still yet to return this season to complications from a challenge in that game. Andrew Durante is suspended, of course, for his late red card the other night. Dazelle keeping his feet through all of that, and getting the belated whistle as Jesse Daly went in. And some of the missing brigade, Philip Curto, not quite right to go. Andrew Durante, the veteran defender, Seb Pasquale, there's Josh Risdon. There's some talent waiting in the wings. Sanchez. Gazelle. Stylish pass for Lustica. Dylan Perias can take on Corey Brown here. Clearance not the best, and Sanchez with the shot that he didn't get hold of.
Yeah, good position, good idea from Perias there, and it was cut out. They couldn't clear it though, and dropped nicely. Sanchez, as you said, he just didn't get a hold of it.
Ball pinging around Amy Park, and again Sanchez able to get Western United rolling. And intervention from Macaulay Gillespie was handy. Champness sensed the contact coming from Tamaki Imai. There's a bit going on between those two early on.
And Imai will get the same message, I think, as Joey Champness got before, that it's your last chance. He was going to get there first, and he didn't. He's late. Champness just got his toe to it.
Regular right wing back in this formation. Both these teams go with the back three and wing backs, and at times we see that can cancel each other out at times.
With a similar formation, because we know that Corey Brown, Hingett, very important to Brisbane's play, and the same can be said. Connor Payne, a real threat on that left-hand side this season. Of course, we know of the pace of Perias, who's already been involved. That's a battle of wills, and who controls that middle of the park will determine which of the wing-backs get further up, higher up the pitch.
Neat distribution from Jamie Young to find the feet of Champness, who squeezed it to Daly. Kanzaki just drifting inside to present for Hingett. Good movement off the ball from Wenzel Halls. Trying to get around Uscock, and he's achieved that. Goes for goal. And Scott was on his line. That was ambitious.
It was, but that's his confidence, and you don't mind that. There wasn't many options for him. Gets past Uscock, gets a little ricochet there, and gets his head up. There's no other options. He goes for that top right-hand corner.
Set up like they were going to play out from the back, but now we wait with bated breath for the longer goal kick, so we can check in with Michael Zapponi, pitch side.
Yeah, thanks, Speedy. Perfect conditions for football, as you mentioned. A perfect autumnal day in Melbourne, one of the good times of the year. Nice and sunny today, and just a little chilly now. The knits are out. Mark Redan's got his hoodie on. Oren Moon's got his knit on. But you mentioned some of the talent off the bench for Western United and in the stands tonight. Also, they've got more coming. Last week they announced the signing, of course, of Braden Inman, former Brisbane Roar player. He's now in quarantine and will be with Western United next week.
Yeah, scored 4 goals for Brisbane last season. Some absolute crackers as well. So good business done there. Of course, Max Burgess won't be playing again for Western United this season, so there's a bit of a void to fill. Wenzel Hall's already causing Tommy Uscock some problems. The captain for Western United today. Corey Brown to whip in the game's first corner. Delivered deep, and Aldred got there. Just enough pressure from Lustica.
Yeah, just slightly behind him, but all the way to the back post from Corey Brown. And Aldridge coming in. Lustica, as you said, used his body well, but I think he was slightly behind him as well.
Connor Payne, well played. Luke DeZeldis finding all the space he needs at the moment. Lustica couldn't keep the move going. Luke DeZeldis, 19 years of age and getting a good run of games at the moment. Wales, little flick back to Lustica. Tries to play Wales in again, and they leave it to their keeper. Jamie Young was good enough, but the flag would have been up anyway, I think.
Connor Payne punches that ball into Lachie Wales, and a little back heel. Tried to return that pass, which was slightly overhit, but the flag had gone up.
Guarachena. Giselle again able to get his head up. They're not paying him much respect in midfield, or they just simply can't get near him. Sanchez looked to thread a pass. Champness. What about the explosive pace off the mark from Joey Champness? Tries to pick out a teammate in the middle. Here comes Danzaki! And Ryan Scott, guarding his near post, kept it out.
Great turn of pace from Joey Champness. He was away, and I thought he could have taken it on himself. Across Danzaki, arriving late, but a lot of power behind his head. Here's the ball cut out here. Champness, and he's away. They're not catching him. And as soon as he comes up here, up again at Uzcock, just dragged it slightly wide, and Danzaki arriving late. That's a good save. You expect him to save at the near post, but we see them squeeze through.
Aaron Calver back in a more comfortable position, played as a right wing back the other night, gave away that penalty for a rash challenge on former teammate Costa Barbarouses. Haynes found Calver again. Risky pass right across the face. Champness latched onto it, and the desperation from Uzcock to get it out for a corner.
Well, they overplayed it in the left-hand corner and handed it to Calver, and he just didn't really know what to do with it. He's tried to thread a ball through. That was impossible. Champness dragged it onto his left side. That's a super interception from Uzcock at full stretch.
Lively so far, Joey Champness, to make the most of a rare start this campaign. On loan from Newcastle. As ever, Jay O'Shea on set-piece duty. Tommy Uzcock got the header clear. Brown brought it down for the set-piece taker. Should be Scott's here. Early shout of keeper. It's his fourth A-League appearance all time for Ryan Scott. Sanchez. Danzaki with energy. Brisbane looking up for the challenge here on enemy territory. It's helter-skelter at Amy Park, and Uzcock came right over the top of Wenzel Halls. Took the ball, no signal of advantage. Referee was happy with that challenge, but not this one. Just had to help it on. Jay O'Shea goes early. Wenzel Hall's just wrong-footed. Tried to adjust in time. With the heavy schedule, Western United haven't had an official training session this week. They've just been travelling around from Ballarat on Sunday to Sydney and Cogra on Wednesday, and then getting ready for this game on the Sunday again at Amy Park. Brisbane have had the full week to get ready. Here's a look at the live ladder after a 2-2 draw in the earlier game. The Mariners now have 25 points. Brisbane sneak into the top 6 if they get a draw. As you can see, that both teams in this game credited with a point at the moment on a live ladder. So opportunity knocks for both of these clubs. 3 points would be precious. next 3 games are on the road for Western United as well, so have to make the most of these home games at the moment. Just settling after turning it over sloppily a few times for Brisbane. Champness, he won it with the right leg and then took out Dizelle with the left. No damage done afterwards.
Yeah, not a great cross. Wenzel Hall's the only target. Dizelle's still down. Back up now, caught in possession.
Treatment required, and there's this challenge again, the right boot from Champness, and then the left really goes through the back of Dizelle. You see that called, whistled a lot, Robbie. What do you think about that one?
Well, I just think it's his momentum, but we have seen him blown up, so it's the interpretation of the referee.
He's recovered okay. Former Joey. Wales buzzing around, trying to play his part in the attacks. And this is what Mark Redan said at the start of the season. I'm trying to turn him into a number 9. The guy who wears the number 8 tonight, Lockie Wales.
You see that ball going up to it, he wants to play it out first time. But if he's going to play up there, he's got to learn to sometimes just hold the ball, bring others into play. Killer pass every time. He's a player with such potential. Very good on the ball, particularly facing defenders, and obviously got that pace.
Truan, who's on the right side of Brisbane's back 3. Tom Aldred complained, but it looked like a pretty obvious, easy call for the referee, who was in close proximity. Sanchez, the Spaniard, to curl it in, it appears. Near post delivery, and again it's off Brown's head. Didn't take any chances. Like if he left it, it may have smashed into the side netting. Sanchez again. Looking for that flick on.
Yep, same delivery, near post.
Dizelle again. Still enjoying the territory given to them by those back-to-back set pieces here. Brisbane setting up. Not a lot of room between the lines. Gorachena trying to exchange passes with his fellow Spaniard. A flick on from Lustica was handy. Lockie Wales trying to go through the legs of Aldred. Handball given against Wenzel Halls before the elaborate fall. Sanchez again. Aldred with the emphatic header, and that's a close-range falcon. Lustica is down, and the referee blows up play immediately. That was a savage blow.
It was. Really cleanly from close range, completely accidental. As Aldred gets his head to it. Danzaki with the volley. Straight into Lustig's side of the face.
Concussion, a very serious issue in all sports now, and you've mentioned Philip Curto missing back-to-back games because of it. Lustig has shaken that one off, and obviously doesn't have a glass jaw if he's able to play on after that one.
He looks fine.
He didn't make the trip to Sydney midweek either, Steve Lustig, so he's one of those players a bit fresher tonight for Western. Almost straight back into the play, and Jesse Daly perhaps didn't see him coming. But Gillespie under a bit of pressure. First time clearance worked out in the end. Sense of fortune about that. Champness, Wenzel Halls and Danzaki down that side. Wenzel Halls for himself, and another early shot.
Great little turn though. He's got a shoot on side policy. He scuffed that one with his left foot. He's a centre. What save? What about that turn? Really sharp. Didn't get a hold of his shot though.
Gorachena wanted the 1-2 from Connor Payne, who drifted inside. Champness got a barge in the back from him, right? Doesn't get the whistle. Worked hard to get front position there, Joey Champness. He's just looking at both the officials right now.
He's a judge. This is a shoulder charge. They got a bit at the back. Looked like a foul to me.
Got to earn them. And Ali Reza Fagani, here they are again, these two. Great physicality. Dropped off into space, and Wenzel Halls peels wide. Will Danzaki use him? Takes on the strike. Oh, what a save from Ryan Scott. It took an initial deflection, and boy, did he spring into life.
Oh, what a transition from Western United. Danzaki in acres of space, and he drives at the United defence, and they're backpedaling. He takes it on, and what a save. At full stretch, Danzaki, clear side of the goal. He thought he'd scored, and that's a super save from Scott.
May well secure the save of the week, that one. Sensational from the former Bentley Greens shot stopper. They signed a 2-year deal with the club, and he can claim this one. Curto might have to wait to get back into the side, Robbie. He's always been first choice for Mark Rudan, but when players come in and do their job, sometimes managers will leave them in. I'm sure the Polish goalkeeper would have admired the work of his understudy. That time over the top of his adversary. Lovely touch from Lustig. Lockie Wales. Little deflection works out nicely for Lustig. And now Parias back to Lachie Wales, who had the right kind of angle but no power in it.
Well, it's the best opening for Western United, and he was at the start of it. Just a little touch layoff there. He gets himself into position. Lustica feeding Parias. He doesn't get a hold of it. No power in that strike. It was their best moment going forward, though.
Tanzaki getting the better of Calver, but the backup arrived in a hurry. They had 3-on-1 in the end. They've certainly got the speed advantage, don't they? Wenzel, Halls and Tanzaki and Champness against the back three for Western.
And that's where, for the back three of Western, you don't want them getting the ball turning and running at you. As we saw with Tanzaki, we've seen it with Champness. And you see they're wary of that pace. That's why they back off.
Wales is all action in that striker role. Parias, scorer of 3 goals this season. Western's leading goal scorer, Bessar Berisha, on the bench after starting the previous 2 games.
And see that kind of ball, Gillespie, Trewin or Aldred in the air, they're going to dominate Lachie Wales.
Brisbane have confidence on the road lately. Past 6 away games, just 1 defeat. Bessar Berisha getting ready for when Mark Redan needs him. Tidy win by Sanchez. He's right up there in the stats that the lab keeps for tackles that win possession. He's mistimed a few. He's copped his fair share of yellow cards so far, but it was a beautiful win. The man with all that experience in La Liga. Oh, mistake here by Kai Trewin. Just sorted out his own mess in time as Warachena tried to poke it away.
Lachie, come and go now. Don't come to the ball. Come and go.
He doesn't want to come in and crowd the space. He wants to open when they're in possession. He wants to open that pitch up. I think to a large extent, and we see it on a pain on the ball here. What we said about the wing backs, definitely have been cancelling each other out. We haven't seen Hingett down that right-hand side, or Corey Brown in an advanced position.
Sanchez rolling it through for Wales. Lustica is on the edge of the area, so too is Guarachena. And just enough of a touch from O'Shea. Luke DeSell, that was travelling. Perhaps bound for the top corner before a body got in the road. No goals yet, but it's very watchable, this game, isn't it? Plenty happening. And another good win, this time by Kai Trewin. And Daly looks forward. Early service for Wenzel Halls, and Champness right through the middle at the moment. O'Shea couldn't get it beyond Payne, but it breaks for Wenzel Halls. Inside the area he goes. Dillon turns the corner. In the end, a half-hearted shot.
It's gone for the toe poke. You see how he drifted out to the right there just to find some space, Wenzel Halls.
Trewin again, getting there ahead of Guarachena. Champness being outnumbered, uses Corey Brown, who tried to put it back into a space for Wenzel Halls. He didn't react entirely. Actually apologised to Brown for not being there.
Calma, under pressure. Come, hold the ball. You have to come.
It's like he's part of the Fox Sports team again. Mark Rudan, Matty and audio, just tweaking the microphones to capture the sounds of the game for us, which I'm sure the fans appreciate watching on. Wenzel Halls bringing Daly into the play. Just eluded Danzaki. Half an hour gone at Amy Park, and Wales is trying to chest it down to his own advantage. Guarachetta! That's the best strike we've seen so far, but straight to Jamie Young.
Yep, strike from distance and plenty of power behind it. But as you said, straight at Young, made sure it didn't pop out.
It's confidence from Young with Wales in close proximity. So those shots that have rained in the opening half hour. Parias. Sanchez. Parias in the central area. That's where Diamanti would normally be cutting in that position, trying to create something. Lustica trying to use his left boot. And Imai has been fouled again by Champness here. It's a running battle here between Ali Reza Fagani and Victor Sanchez about where to take the free kick from. And the Iranian thinks the Spaniard has been taking the mickey a little. I think he's won out ultimately, Sanchez, by stealing at least 1.5 meters. See whether it amounts to anything. Zaki stretched. Found O'Shea. Connor Payne has been left near halfway to deal with the pace and threat of Wenzel Halls. He knows this venue better than most of the Western United players after his long time with the Victory. Turned to the referee, didn't get any love. Parias through the middle here. Wales has seen it, they've got numbers here. Western United, clever chest down, Parias! Either side of Young, and they're in front.
And again, Guarachetta with a shot that went straight at Jamie Young. That was from distance, and that one, brilliant position. Good vision from Wales. Certainly didn't make the most of it.
Tommy Uscock looked a little out of control there. He caught Jay O'Shea, and the card is out for Tommy. He's no stranger to them either. That's 6 yellows and a red this season.
He's at this ball. Nicely chested down, and Parias gets a hold of the volley, but fortunately for him, it's straight at Jamie Young.
Tommy, higher, keep it compact.
Already been under the pump at the back a few times trying to contain Wenzel Halls, and now he's got to sit on that yellow card for a long time. Tommy Uscock picked up the red card against the Victory, but it didn't matter when Victor Sanchez scored that 95th minute winner, and now he's trying to play in Wales. Mildred judged the bouncing ball well enough. About the individual battles and trying to win them at the moment around this pitch. It's fascinating viewing. Sanchez trying to lead a press. Champness wins the throw off MI. Encouragement from Warren Moon right in front of the Brisbane Roar bench. The Roar celebrating the 10th anniversary of their first grand final win. Can you believe that? 10 years ago yesterday, that epic grand final triumph for the Brisbane Roar against the Central Coast Mariners in extra time. And they signed Besar Parisha and they went back to back. Sanchez starting to spray the passes and put a little bit too much pepper on that one. About their chances, Western United, but just keeping the team in the ball game and allowing Diamanti and Barisha to come on and have an impact in the second half would be part of the thinking, wouldn't it, tonight, Robert?
Without a doubt.
If they could leave them on the bench, that would be a bonus. It's clearly backing into Aldred. Demanded the whistle and got it. Free kick lands on the hand of Wenzel Halls, it appeared. No offside, take the pick. Payne's gone down in a screaming heap here, feeling like he was caught by Jack Hingett. Again, the official saw nothing untoward. But Brisbane sportingly happy to stop play.
Well, the contact's purely accidental. Payne sliding in, Hingett arriving. Virtually at the same time.
Almost lost his footing there, Corey Brown. Did well to try and bring it down to the advantage of Champness. Oh, worked out for Lustica. Done a backheel nutmeg to a teammate.
Did he mean that?
Well, I'll just slow it down and have another look in a moment, but I'm pretty sure I came off his back heel through the legs of an opponent to find
So it looks like he's got nowhere to go here. I don't think he hit that.
Got lucky with the O'Shea touch, yeah.
Well, both sides have had their chances, and Brisbane have had the best one, that flying save from Scott on Denzaki's strike. But really, much of this game, they are definitely cancelling themselves out. Very similar formations. Fullbacks not having a massive role in this game.
Terrific work in midfield by Daly. Settles for the throw in the end, played it out off Sanchez. Just waiting for Kai Truan to wrap around. Imai's entitled to see a yellow card for one of these guys soon.
Yeah.
How many fouls have they committed against one another?
Imai's determined not to allow Champness to face him, allow him to run at him.
Terrific late run into the box here by O'Shea. Put the trick on, but just got a heavy touch on it. Michael Zapponi, the active fans are making a bit of a racket tonight, which is great to hear and see.
Yeah, up and about they are, and probably the biggest active support group we've seen in Melbourne this weekend. There's been some controversy in Melbourne during the week after Thursday night's Melbourne Storm crowd were up and about, and the state government had ruled that active support was not allowed in the A-League prior to that. So there's been a lot of lobbying by all A-League clubs in Melbourne, and great to see the Western United crew up and about tonight, making plenty of noise.
Drummer's got a bit of swag about him too, Robbie. You need a good drummer. Make everything else tick. Nothing like a bit of TV time to fire them back up again. And the acoustics at Amy Park are as good as they get. Bending out of play, and we're ticking down towards half-time on chances and on energy. I feel like this half deserves at least one goal. Calver, a right footer, would obviously love to be on the right side of defence, but Tomoki Imai is so good down this side that the nod. Calver has to try and improvise with his left foot a little more often. Pass got away from Dazelle. Daly assessing the options. Western United regrouped well enough defensively to ensure there was no quick counter. Gillespie along the deck. Here we go again. The Imai v Champness show. And he played it cleverly that time. Turnover was created, and Western United get the free kick.
It's so tight. There's so little space that one-on-one battles all over the pitch are very even.
The only man who's had any time on the ball is the 19-year-old Luke Dazelle, which is a good sign for his future in the game. Seen a few Joeys from that World Cup squad in Brazil in 2019 break through in the A-League in recent times. Sanchez delivers. Here is Dazelle. Quick feet. Got rid of a couple. Takes on a third. Still going. Takes on a fourth. Luke Dazelle into the area. Tried one more elaborate spin, and Tom Aldred saw off the threat, but that shows how his confidence levels are on the rise. Correas gets them going forward again here. Beautiful balance. Warachena down the right-hand side. Sanchez led with the arm, and Champness tried to milk it, and the assistant, I presume, has given that free kick against Sanchez for leading with the arm on his angle. Maybe even the fourthie. What about Luke Dazelle, Robbie?
Yeah, brilliant feet. Gets away from two challenges here. And he'll check and keep going, and that's when maybe the pass should have came. And he just tried one too many. He had Connor Payne just to his left.
Daly, great vision, saw the run of Hingett, and there was plenty of space to exploit. And he had seen Corey Brown, and that's a very important intervention from Sanchez.
Yeah, it's just a delivery because he saw him. That's what he was trying to do. First time we've seen Jack Hingett get in behind And Corey Brown was completely unmarked at the back post, and he couldn't execute that cross.
Now Brown to swing it in. Scott goes for it and had plenty of traffic to get through. Aldred wiped him out in the end. It's a good claim.
And they're swinging that ball in to test the keeper, and he's done very well there. It's clearly a foul, but he's still collected the ball under big pressure.
Just the 1 minute being added on here. It's their time for one last chance to be created. Brisbane have the attacking throw. Not much inside the area with Champness and Wenzel Halls close to Brown. Still tried to whip it in. Shea finds the feet of Wenzel Halls. They've got some numbers in the area now. Wenzel Halls! And Scott again down sharply.
He got a hold of that one, but so did the keeper. That's very good goalkeeping. Skimming off the surface. And actually the tackle here from Sanchez, he wins the ball, but he sets it up for Wenzel Hall, who doesn't go across the keeper quite enough to guide it into that bottom right-hand corner.
And that is the final action of this first half, which ends goalless, thanks in no small part to Ryan Scott's performance in goal. One of the most spectacular saves you're ever likely to see that denied Danzaki midway through the half. And then good handling to keep out Wenzel Halls late, while Parias had Weston's best chance at the other end. Created by Guarachena and Lockie Wales. So at the break, it's 0-0. And we'll soon be able to get some reaction with Michael Zapponi.
Jack Hingett joins us. Jack, you managed to get in behind just towards the end there, but is that something that you're trying to do a lot more of but haven't managed to do too much of in the first half?
Yeah, I feel like I've been pinned in a little bit in the first half. It's definitely something that we look to do, and I love trying to get in behind there, so I